Hello everyone, how you going? And welcome back to Idiotsincars, the place that just makes us scared to be on the road, so let's see what it's got. So then starting right off with, this happened to me a few hours ago. What was this lady doing? With a title like that, you can only assume it's going to be a Karen of some sort, but what are they going to do? Come on. Oh, wait, okay, so it was only a right turn, obviously, so at least you don't have that kind of complex situation with this person to deal with, straight roads and all. That can be a little bit dangerous, but oh no, don't tell me they're going to reverse into something like that. Look, you just look like a dangerous driver. The fact that you just actually mounted the curb while turning, but no, the fact that she wasn't even able to turn just a very, very standard corner without going up the gutter, it definitely just provokes feelings of anxiety, if nothing else. And really, like the title said, just what was going on here? Did they freak out because another car was turning and they've kind of gone, oh my goodness, they're pulling into my lane? What's going on here? Did they see a sign? And just, I want to know how you kind of stuff up that badly, because you're going so slowly, your reaction time should have plenty of time to correct your course, but not just actually run up onto the side. But, well, I guess it didn't save this person. And then also to choose to go into reverse once you're already up there, like if you just got no awareness, are they just completely drunk? Just what is going on? I certainly hope that they got to the bottom of this, because it's such a strange situation. Honestly, this kind of situation just makes me think that there's something going on inside the car, like you've got a dog or a kid just kind of flying out around the car, all of a sudden you go, oh my goodness, you're trying to fight them off at the same time, they knock it into reverse, you just like trying to stop the car, and you should have just put it in neutral or something. But either way, it is just so strange, like how are they just managing to stuff this many things up at such a slow speed? And really, let's be honest, I feel it's the main question that I always have with these people. It's just, how do they even get that far? If you can't even turn a corner like that just without hitting the curb and the person behind you, how do you drive anywhere ever? Especially because this car doesn't seem to have anything wrong with it. It's not like you go, oh my goodness, that car, you can just see that there's been plenty of accidents, got massive scratches down the side. None of that. It literally looks as though it's alright, and so hopefully it was actually their car and they didn't just go wreck their friend's car or something like that. I mean, I guess speaking of, that might be one thing that kind of just, well, at least can make sense about how something like this could happen. If the person is learning and they're just completely freaking out, they're just unable to think and process any of the information because they're completely overloaded, at least I can understand how that would happen. But then again, if that is happening, then the person in the passenger seat, if they can drive, should definitely just kind of take over the controls, just like, okay, just pull over. Hopefully, I don't even care if you go up the curb or up the gutter, whatever you want to call it. I don't care if you want to do that, because it's a little bit cheaper for me if you just actually do that instead of backing into someone. Idiot ran a stop sign in front of my dad on his way to a car show. Oh, we've got a two-part photo system here, but my initial reaction is just pain. Wow, all of that chrome and everything, that old car, I wouldn't be able to tell you how old it is, but that thing, oh man, like especially the fact that he's going to a car show, and that's not even taking into consideration the sentimental value or any kind of time and effort and money that's gone into the thing. And so, man, the fact that this person has said, idiot ran a stop sign in front of my dad, like how does that happen? So they've gone not running a stop sign. I've never heard of running a stop sign before. I've heard of running a red light, but not running a stop sign. I mean, I can only imagine it means that they didn't stop, and so you've gone with right away, you've gone straight ahead, and they just went, nah, I'm not stopping, and that's how you T-bone them. But either way, like the amount of damage that has been sustained to that vehicle, you can certainly see where old cars, I mean, maybe this is actually just a hell of a crash, because old cars are generally just massive steel beasts. And so the question I always have with old cars is this something that they've been refurbishing and kind of doing up, or did they just own it since new and just been caring for it so well, to be able to keep the paint in that good condition and just keep it running for all those years? You certainly got to be loving your car, and obviously it was loved to some degree before someone decided to not give it as much love anymore. But either way, looking at all that damage, it is definitely just a complete write-off, and I feel as though that is actually the worst thing about the entire thing. It's not an easily replaceable car. It's not like the insurance can just go out and buy another one for however much it's actually valued for. No, besides losing, like I was saying, the sentimental value of actually owning that car, you just cannot find them. Like, no one's going to be selling them, really. And so yeah, I just feel the pain for this poor dad on his way to the car show. Really, I would love for him to have still managed to make it to the car show, because I can only imagine that even though the dad would have been very upset about the entire thing, there's a whole bucket load more people that would also be very upset with that entire thing getting into a crash. Laughing out loud. Oh my goodness, this is such a weird perspective. It's just so wide. The car looks as though it's about a smart car size. But where is it going to be? Oh my goodness, this is definitely not recommended. Look at him just weaving through all these cars. I've never seen, well, actually, I think we've seen it once before, but you so rarely see an internal view of people just cruising like this. Oh man, whoa, that was close. Oh, here we go. Wow, there you go. There you go. Oh my goodness, serves him right. Man, the inside of the car actually looks fine. The airbags didn't even go off, which is kind of surprising, but the fact that, he just slammed into the guardrail and then slammed into the other one, I don't feel as though that car's going to be looking too good or nice on the outside anymore. But no, like I was saying, we so rarely see kind of a first-person perspective of an idiot in a car, you know, unless the person has actually gone, well, I was the idiot, okay, it's a little bit sucky for me, but no, this person, I don't know who would have posted this, because this just seems like a very illegal activity to be doing, let alone the fact that they posted online. And that's even besides the fact that he actually ended up crashing the entire car and nearly obviously ruining his brand new BMW M3. And so yeah, the entire thing just doesn't really make sense to me, but I got to give someone a round of applause for posting this, because it is just so satisfying to see someone just weaving through the cars like that. I mean, it's kind of satisfying in a way, but it's also very illegal. But that isn't even the satisfying thing that I'm talking about. I'm just talking about the fact that we actually saw him crash after doing all of that. You know, he was driving pretty fast, but I feel as though on the scale of speed, you know, the camera is like the Flash. It will always catch up to you. I mean, look, like I've already said, it is obviously very illegal and very, very dumb thing to do, but at least from a kind of, I don't know, adrenaline kind of point of view, I can understand how something like this can kind of happen or why someone would do this, whereas some of the other ones we see, like the first one, it's just unexplainable besides actually like an idiot, full idiot in a car. I mean, that certainly does not mean that this guy is an idiot, because, well, quite clearly, if you just crashed a brand new car, you'd be feeling like an idiot for one, let alone the fact that everyone you just passed, you know, you're feeling like such a cool kid is just going to be laughing, you going, oh my goodness. Like I said, karma's just finally caught up to him. And so to be honest, all things considered, I feel as though this guy got off pretty scot-free from the speed he was traveling at to what he was actually doing, to swerving between all the cars, really. Besides the fact that, like I said, the airbags didn't go off, the entire thing, like, he could have flipped, he could have rolled, he could have crashed into someone else, he could have gone over the other side of the road and crashed head onto into a truck. There are just so many other possibilities that also do happen on the road, but this guy just clearly was lucky in some ways. Straight to jail as far as I'm concerned. Oh no, don't tell me. We see I feel as though we see one of these every single time. Yep, there it is. I just knew this person was going, okay, yeah, cool, zebra crossing, I'll just let these kids pass. Oh my goodness, that person comes out of nowhere. Honestly, I feel as though this is just one of the times where I wish we had a 360 camera, or even just like a front and a back camera, just to see them coming, how fast they were traveling, just or even just a little bit longer clip to see what kind of just, well, I guess lack of reaction time this person had, to where they just went, oh, you know, it'll be fine, I'll just go around them, there'll be no one there. Let alone the fact that you can quite clearly see on the other side of the road, it's not like it's being blocked by the car. No, on the other side of the road, there are just two people on bikes just waiting and ready, you know, just doing their due diligence. It isn't as though they just suddenly just rode out onto the road, you know, at full speed without looking. No, they just waited for the car to stop, and then all of a sudden the other guy just doesn't seem to stop either. And so I just have to give props to the girl on the yellow bike, because she seemed to kind of notice a little bit earlier than the other one. I mean, it makes sense because they're going to be facing each other, and so, you know, she's going to be looking that way. But really, if it was any later, if their reaction time was any later, I feel as though the entire thing would have been a very, very different story. Because even though it's a little bit difficult to see, and I don't know if it was just a reaction, it almost looks as though their front tire gets turned by the car just rolling through and hitting it or something. And so now I'm just intrigued to know more about this entire situation after this entire situation, because do they kind of go to the police and go, here you go, please go arrest this person and send them to jail? Because judging by the title of the post, I almost feel as though you could certainly be leaning that way. And so yeah, I just hope that something happened to this person, because you can't just be letting people get away with that kind of thing. Just the risk of injury really is just off the charts. Oh, actually, would you look at this? I just got down a little bit. This just got talked about on Polish TV. I was wondering what kind of country it would be when they caught the driver, though. He had had his driving license for only 2 months. What the hell? I mean, that certainly explains some things, and he got his license taken off him. Good. And then a $1,300 fine. Oh my goodness. Well, at least there was certainly some ramifications from this entire thing, because like I said, you cannot let people like that just be driving out on the road. Just when you think it's over, it gets worse.
That Buick power is real.
Set up for a roller coaster of emotions right now. I'm like, oh my goodness, here we go. Where is this car also going to be pulled? How many people? Okay. Oh no, it is. Oh my goodness. Whoa, how the hell is that one thing pulling all of that? I want to see that like as a massive poster on the wall, and just go, this thing is pulling this thing, is pulling this thing, is pulling this thing, and then you go, no, that's not done yet, and then it's also pulling this thing. Man, just look at that. They're pulling a massive, I can only imagine it's in America, so gooseneck trailer onto a trailer which is towing a car, but which is also being towed by another car. Like, what the hell? Honestly, as scary as this entire thing is, it just makes me laugh that someone has even just been able to do this. And like, how have they gotten anywhere? The fact that you were 4 cars long, like you're as long as a B double semi trailer, but instead of having either 1 or 2 articulations, no, this person has 4 fully articulated things. Like, imagine if that massive caravan on the back just got a little bit of a trailer swing going on it. You'd be flipped over in an instant. You'd look like a giant snake. Like, you'd be playing the snake game, and you'd just certainly not be winning. I mean, what can I say? I certainly have to agree that the Tyler was correct, but that is just insane. The fact that that car is even able to pull that entire thing, I would love to know what the total weight of the entire thing is, because I can only imagine that for 1, that trailer wouldn't be light, let alone 2, the other little trailer wouldn't be that light, and then 3, an entire car isn't going to be the lightest thing in the world. And so yeah, for a little kind of sedan to be towing that, even though it might be what they're saying it's a Buick, either way, I don't care. No car should be tasked with that kind of task. And it's even just the fact that there is no way that that main car, the pool car, the prime movie, whatever you want to be calling it, there is no way that that car was ever built to be able to tow anything that heavy, let alone the fact that the entire thing is only being pulled along by a 3-ton strap. And so man, I can only imagine that everyone driving along would just be gobsmacked at what they're looking at. I mean, I can only imagine maybe in the States you see a little bit more strange things, because there's no way you get more than 2 meters in Australia with anything like that on the back. But either way, the entire thing is just so ridiculous. At least everyone can agree on that. And so, man, honestly, like I said, it makes me laugh, but it also makes me a little bit scared for a lot of people's safety. And besides that, I just am very glad that it can just stay over in Portland, he seemed to say. Last weekend, I was the idiot. Didn't notice until 1 hour down the road. Oh no, would you look at that? I mean, at least this is certainly one of the ones, like I was saying earlier, you just go, oh, they've admitted that they were the idiot that went, I don't know even how I do it. I see these people all the time just kind of driving away, ripping the petrol bowser out of the petrol bowser, whatever you want to call it. So I can only imagine that it would be quite humbling to have this happen to you. But no, either way, the thing that I'm actually finding the most peculiar is the fact that you didn't notice for an hour. Like, it was surely you'd see it in your kind of rear vision mirror or your side mirrors, whatever it may be, besides the fact that I can only imagine you're going to be hearing it as well. I mean, look, it doesn't mean it's right, but sometimes people do have a lot of their plates, and so they just completely forget about the entire thing. You know, I don't really understand how you would forget to do it. I mean, actually, maybe if this is in the US, you have to pay at the pump, but really in Australia, this would never happen because you actually just have to kind of take it out of the car and then you go inside and pay. So I would have a hard time to believe that anyone could do this in Australia, but no, I can understand how someone that is either distracted from whatever they're going on in their lives, or whatever it may be, I can understand how someone would do this, but to not notice for an hour, I mean, I guess one thing kind of leads to another, and all of a sudden you're an hour down the road. But to be fair, I almost feel as though it says a lot about the people that you're driving around, like the fact that no one kind of just either honked you down, kind of said to roll down your window, whatever it may be, like, hey man, you got this entire petrol pump sticking out the side of your car, don't you know? And you'd go, oh, okay then, well, let me just pull over. But the fact that no one did that is honestly the most surprising thing about the entire thing. I just can't believe it. I mean, maybe you just didn't even notice, because if you didn't notice this, you're probably not going to notice that. But honestly, I'm just surprised that no one actually just went to all the effort to try and just say, look, you need to pull over. Surely you just know, or obviously you don't know that you've got an entire petrol just sticking out of your car. And so look, I guess if nothing else, at least this person has actually just admitted what they've done is wrong. You know, they're not like a traditional idiot where she's just completely oblivious to the entire situation. No, at least they actually went, okay, I was the idiot. I'll have to try and rectify for next time. Elderly lady wasn't paying attention, ran a red light, totaled my car, and attempted to tell the police that her light had just turned yellow. I had the video footage to prove otherwise. Oh, and now I'm just interested to see just how yellow or not yellow was this light. Oh my goodness, where are they going to come from? Oh no, whoa, the fact that it's already gone green and nothing's happened. Wow. Let's just wait and see. Where does she come from? Come on, show me. Oh, but there you go. Wow, that was so long. That was what I actually want to know. Well, after this video, I want to see if anything. Okay, nothing else happens. The light turns green right there, and then she hits, what, 10 seconds later, according to the Reddit scrub bar, she hits 10 seconds later. That is nowhere near a just turned yellow light. Oh wow, there we go. And the fact they're even showing the car, honestly, I know I said it every single time, but that is just the scary thing about not having a camera on your car. The fact that everyone could just go, no, it just turned yellow. What are you talking about? You actually just ran the red light. No, I didn't do anything. So then it's just you against her, and honestly, I have no idea how that would play out, but I can only imagine that you would be probably put at a little bit more fault than obviously what happened in this video. I mean, hey, at least if nothing else, I certainly seem to notice as they're turning the corner that person wasn't exactly going to stop, and they went, okay, I would rather not get completely T-boned on the driver's side where I'm sitting currently, because I feel as though given the fact that that looked like it was a ram barreling down the highway at you, I don't know how well you would have come off given the fact you're in a small little Infinity. And so look, it might sound slightly strange to say, but I honestly feel as though this person got off pretty scot-free, or pretty lucky overall, because even though from what they said their car got completely written off, honestly looking at the damage, it doesn't look too bad. I feel as though they wouldn't have been injured in the entire thing, let alone the fact that this person was just able to whip out this footage and just go, no, you were actually the one completely at fault. I had nothing to do with me. I was just trying to drive on the road. I followed all the rules, so you know, we saw it was a green light, I went. So yeah, maybe it just cameras make you lucky, so to say. And so now finally for the top of the month for Idiots and Cars, we have a Put a Train Horn on my Mazda Miata, and it might have saved me yesterday. Let us just listen to this beauty scene. Oh my goodness, I wish they fixed their camera perspective, but where is it going to be? Someone gonna, oh, that is certainly not a car. Oh, listen to that. I want to hear that again. Let's take that back. Oh my goodness, listen to it just roar. Man, the fact that it's a Mazda Miata just making that sound would just even be more surprising. Honestly, just listening to the sound of it, I wouldn't be surprised if the person who just put in front of this person did exactly what the first lady did and just completely went up onto the curb. Because even though I'm fairly sure that everyone in the immediate vicinity of that is now deaf, honestly, if it works, it works, and we can clearly see that they pull out of the way. But hey, besides the fact they obviously just got on the horn, the train horn, and that, they pretty much handled it perfectly. You know, they just kind of slowed down as much as they could within that very kind of minute second that they had, and also just pulled into the other lane, which obviously means that they're aware of their entire surroundings, and so you just got to give them a big tick for that, because I've said it before and I'll say it again, and honestly it's just because this video is such a perfect candidate for the entire thing. But really, there is just two types of drivers on the road. There are idiots in cars and there are anti-idiots in cars, and together they make a somewhat safe driving experience for everyone on the road. You know, obviously there's kind of collisions every now and again, but it feels as though if the entire population were idiots, honestly you wouldn't even want to just step out of your house, because you would just have cars going all over the place. But anyway, that is going to do it for the top of the month for Idiots in Cars, so thank you for watching. If you did enjoy the video, feel free to do the YouTube algorithmic things down below and let me know if you had a favourite post out of any of these. Other than that, we check out awesome posts all over Reddit, so make sure you check some of the other videos out now, or hey, maybe you even want to consider subscribing so that you don't miss another one of these in the future. But all in all, have a good one and see ya.